Hey guys, and welcome to World of Warships with Who. This time I've got a very cool replay for you from my progression in the ranked battles season 2. I was quite lucky. I managed to finish the last season among the select few who actually finished with rank 1. That, among other awards, money, flags and so on, and the Kitakami cruiser, also gave me a really big head start. With the second season, I started from rank 9, which is really cool because I do remember how hard it was to progress from rank 25 all the way to 10. So yeah, so rank battles. This is, I believe, rank 6. We start on the Land of Fire map in the north. And we actually have a carrier, which is quite unusual. You don't see that many of them. So we move down on the B cap. Carrier sending the spotter planes to A to help our Benson to contest it. It's a very good way of doing this. Cap A is being contested by an enemy destroyer, and the B cap just started being capped by an enemy destroyer as well, so we know that they have split up. It seems that the majority of the enemy team is going to A, which is good for us. It means that it will be quite easy work to get the B cap. Enemy Mogami shows up. I'm starting to count the ships on the map to make sure, to figure out how many ships I can expect on this side. I'm under fire, but I'm not really afraid of the Mogami's 155s. You might have noticed I'm using the sonar instead of the defensive AA cooldown. I see it as a much more valuable consumable than the AA, as you don't really see that many carriers in the game these days. Enemy Hatsuharu spotted. Me and the other Atago captain opened up on it, and the Hatsuharu has no chance of survival. We start capping A. Sorry, we start capping B. And I align my guns to attack the Mogami. Noting that the Mogami captain is not very good. He doesn't seem to care that much about changing course and avoiding enemy fire. Friendly Atago left the cap circle, which means that the majority of the experience will go to me for capping this point. I spot an opportunity to torpedo the North Carolina and I take it. I load a P for the Mogami, but as I see it's moving away, I am not intending to chase it. Just want to shoot at it while I'm changing course. First Citadel hit. And again, the Mogami captain is not really avoiding fire, it's not really he's not changing course or doing anything that would actually help him survive this. But like I said, he's not my priority at the moment. North Carolina ahead of me just ate a bunch of torpedoes and it's on really low health. I've got AP loaded and I decided to do a little experiment. I want to see how much damage I can do with AP on North Carolina. I didn't give much lead though, and instead of hitting the front of the ship, I hit the belt armor and did minimal damage. North Carolina dies. Initially I want to go north, but a quick look at the map tells me that I might run into that torpedoes. So I shoot one really good volley at the New Orleans. That was HE, by the way, nearly 9,000 damage from HE. And I quickly change course towards A. Use the Control X to lock my guns on the right side and be able to still observe the progress of the torpedoes around this island. Loading AP with the intention of attacking the New Orleans. I'm angling away from the ships, anticipating enemy fire incoming. One test shot, hoping to shoot over the islands, but apparently I can't, so I'll wait to clear the island. Align my guns. And I land a massive hit on the New Orleans. Now I'm expecting the destroyer ahead of me to cap A, but I just noticed that for some reason he's changing course. Yeah, you do get weird behavior, even rank 6. It's much less, but you still get weird behavior sometimes. He doesn't respond to my messages in chat, so I realized that I'm gonna have to cap myself. I still got AP loaded in the hopes of actually seeing that New Orleans, but he must have run aground or something, I don't know, but the torpedoes overtook it. So I'm just gonna again do a little experiment to test how much damage I can do on the torpedoes with AP. I know I have no chance of penetrating him, so I'm aiming at the superstructure. Just under 3,500 damage, that's okay. And as I started capping A, I get under fire from the enemy Tashkent. He damaged my steering. I quickly repair, but he's successful in resetting my capping efforts. Now the New Orleans is changing course, so I use ripple fire instead of a whole broadside barrage. I only managed to get one really good hit. The Tashkent keeps on interrupting my caps, and I'm on fire in 2 separate locations. As I was sailing towards an enemy destroyer, I used the sonar again, expecting to see torpedoes in the water. And there they are. Again, I used the Control X to quickly shift my guns to the left side. That way I can observe the torpedoes behind me and make sure that they're not going to run into them. And know that I'm not going to lose a single second when turning my guns on the other side. It's really important to be as efficient with this as possible. Now I make a big mistake here. I'm presenting my broadside to the torpedoes, and I really don't know how I got away with it. I should have died. I should have died right here, but he made a mistake, I guess. Enemy dive bombers incoming. I score a hit on the torpedoes, and I'm close to, well, I'm halfway through capping A when somebody else resets me. I persist with capping A, and I try to make sure that the enemy does not is not able to cap our B cap, so I keep on shooting both the ships on the B cap to make sure that I reset their capping efforts. I land 2 good shots on the Mogami again, and again noting that the Mogami captain is not really good with evasive maneuvers. One more volley towards the torpedoes. I see that he's on fire, and I know he's gonna die soon. As the torpedo dies, I see there's only Mogami left, and I know he's far away. I use the repair ability right now, even though there's only a couple of seconds of that fire left. Again, Control X, switch my guns to the right side, and attempt to cap A one more time. Enemy Mogami comes into vision again. I've got HE loaded. I shoot that volley and quickly switch to AP, expecting the Mogami captain to give me a nice broadside, as he did twice before. I align my guns, shoot, and unfortunately hit the island in front of the enemy ship. But this time it looks like I'm actually gonna cap the A cap. I notice a squadron of enemy torpedo bombers. Quick volley towards the Mogami. And an awesome hit. The Mogami is nearly dead. The torpedo bombers are incoming, but I'm getting a bit greedy here. I'm hoping to kill the Mogami before I have to deal with the torpedo bombers. Mogami is maneuvering, so I spread my shots around. And quickly, left hat turn and full stop and reverse to make my turn even tighter. As soon as I see that I align my ship with one of the torpedoes, I straighten the rudder and wait for the torpedoes to pass. And again, full speed ahead. I'm thinking maybe the Mogami is gonna pop out on this side of the island. But nothing happens for a while. So I decide to continue the turn, Control X again to switch my guns to my left side. Now I have to give a shout out to the enemy carrier captain. He's done an excellent job of lighting me up for this wounded Mogami. This way the Mogami can hide behind the island and is safe from my fire and can shoot me with impunity. This is excellent work, and I just wish that there were more carrier captains who knew how valuable this was to your teammates. So I see dive bombers coming in, and I'm still under fire from the enemy Mogami. It seems like he's slowly inching towards the right side of that island. I repair my damage. Still under fire. But I have a rough idea where the Mogami is. So I line my guns and I wait for the other shot so I can do a blind shot at the Mogami. But again, the island decides to absorb the damage.
Battle ends in 5 minutes.
Now I'm desperately trying to close the distance between me and the Mogami, because I don't know how much health that enemy carrier has got and how many planes he's still got left, and he can quite easily kill me. So I need to deal with this Mogami before the carrier can recycle its planes. Now it's a Mogami, so I'm expecting torpedoes to go through this little gap, and that's the first volley, or rather first spread of torpedoes. Second one coming in, slowing down, turning, and now I know I've got a chance, full speed ahead. And here's the Mogami, but I look at the map and I see that the Mogami has almost completed its turn, so I know that there's a pretty good chance that there might be more torpedoes in the water soon, so I need to deal with this Mogami really quickly. 2 quick shots. And the Mogami is dead, and he did not manage to turn enough to launch those torpedoes effectively. Again, Control X on the left side to make sure that all my guns are aligned on the left side once I complete the turn. And I see that the enemy Lexington is almost within range, so I'm just turning around, preparing for the last barrage. Ready to shoot. And that's the carrier gone. Let's move on to the battle results. This gave me a second star in my progression to the 5th rank. And as you can see, 810,000 credits is amazing. 5,000 experience, 4 kills, 5 times I set the enemies on fire, 5 citadel hits. Even though my Atago is spec'd out as a DD killer with the sonar and so on, I still managed to shoot down 8 airplanes. All this translates to just under 3,300 base experience, which is really good for a game mode where there's only 7 enemies that you have to deal with. The majority of it obviously done by capping. Damage wise, it was an average game, but this is something I really like about ranked battles. The damage doesn't really matter as much when compared to the cooperation that you need to have between teammates in order to win. And now to the most interesting bit for me, 763,000 of pure profit after all the repairs and refits. And this obviously has been increased by the flag that gives you a 20% more profit after the battle. So guys, that will be all for now. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please rate it down below, and definitely think about hitting that subscribe button if you'd like to see more of my materials and my progression through the 2nd season of ranked battles. And also, I would really like to encourage you to try and progress in the ranked battles. I really cannot recommend it enough. The previous season gave me a lot of money, loads of flags, loads of experience, and yeah, there is really nothing that negative I can say about this game mode. It's excellent. It's actually much better than the random battles, and quite frankly, it's really hard for me to get back to random battles after seeing the level of cooperation that is possible in the higher tiers of ranked battles. It's just a pleasure to play. So yeah, join us. We got cookies and armor piercing rounds. We'll be happy to see you.